the Pittsburgh Pirates will host the Milwaukee Brewers.
Hey, Tim, tell the intern to get over here.
Hey, Delushewicz, get in here.
Hey,
Yes, Mr. Kitzrow.
Hey, guess what?
Yes,
news
Mr.
for you.
Shorts.
We got news from the front office. They want you to be the bat boy today.
Yeah?
How about that? You'll
That's
get to
exciting.
be the bat boy.
Congratulations.
Quite frankly, I don't believe either one of you.
Well,
No, I'm not kidding you.
You've had a lot of fun at my expense, and I
well,
think
we
this
have,
is
and you've
another...
been a good sport, but
Yeah.
this time they just called and, comb your hair, get down there.
Get your little uniform on and
that's
you get to
exciting.
be the bat boy.
Yeah, the
get to
regular
be a
bat boy
bat-
got sick today, so they needed you. Hello and welcome, everyone. Tim Kitzrow along with my good friend Jimmy Shorts. All right, Jimmy.
Tim, you're sitting so close to me. Move your chair over. You stink like old milk or like eggs.
How's that, all right?
Nah, they still stink.
Well, anyway, it's time to play ball. And here comes the top of the order in the first. Benson stares down the batter. And that's line foul.
He just waited too long, couldn't make up his mind, and that's what you get.
Sanchez takes a called strike, 0-2. Notice how he holds his hands right up next to his ears, Jimmy. He should bring them down a little closer to his body.
You ever eat pig ears, Tim?
My dog likes to chew on them. And he looks at a called strike 3.
Here's an interesting stat. Did you know that the average player spends 1/5 of his life striking out?
Young takes a strike, 0-1.
Could anybody tell what's he waiting for? Come on, swing the bat. I mean, that's your job.
Benson, now the windup. The smash left side. Ramirez picks it up. Out at first. Two outs, nobody on base. Hit hard to the shortstop. He makes the grab, and that ends the frame. After one half inning of play, we are scoreless. Stay tuned for From Left Field immediately following the game. Then it's the season premiere of the powerful new drama, Mason's River Crossing. The story of an ordinary family with insurmountable problems and tragedy. See why critics are calling it shockingly sad and disturbing. And here comes the batter to the plate to lead off the inning. Hit hard left side. The play at first, and he is out. One out. Bases are empty. Reese takes a cold strike. And this guy looks very stiff at the plate right now, Jimmy.
Yeah, he looks like one of those guys made out of wax at the museums. I hate the museums.
Yeah, you know, I read where it would take over 72,000 birthday candles to make one Babe Ruth. Isn't that something? And he's out at first base.
Boy, I tell you, this guy is ready to hit a baseball. Look at his face.
Two outs, nobody on base. Hit sharply into left field. And he puts it away. And that'll do it for this inning. After an inning of play, we are tied at 0. Tonight on an all-new Buddies, Brock McCoy, star of The Weather Guy, guest stars in a very special episode of Buddies. You won't want to miss it. It's sure to be action-packed. And here's the batter to lead things off. Sexton stands in.
T-shirt's here! Get the T-shirt! And
that pitch sends him reeling to the ground. That is like my worst fear, Jimmy. Stopping a major league fastball with my body. It's going to be a while for he can even think straight again, I'll bet.
T-shirt. Get your favorite team T-shirt, yeah?
The pickoff to first, and he's safe. Benson with the windup. He swung right through that one.
He really scorched that one there.
Benson winds up. Good swing there, just did miss it. He might have turned that one up a notch. Good pitch. Fires. And that ball is caught by the center fielder. Fires to first. One out, runner at first base. Helms takes a called strike. The count is 0-1.
He smelled something rotten on that pitch, Tim. I'll tell you, he didn't like the smell of that.
Benson winds up. Helms takes a called strike, 0-2.
And he takes that pitch. Yeah, he's looking for something that he can drive.
A little floater, and Wilson reels it in. 2 outs, 1 on.
Get your ice cold lemonade. Come on.
Benson, the windup. Fly ball, right field. Stairs, fields it on the bounce. And he is out at first. With the bottom of the second coming up, we are tied at 0. Tonight on Newsbreakers following the game, the city pothole scandal grows bigger. The cover-up surrounding funds that were supposed to cover up potholes have disappeared. Or have they? You'll be shocked to find out what we found out in this shocking report. And here comes the first batter to lead off the inning. Richie, now ready for the delivery. Delivers. Hit in the air to right field. And he pulls it down. One out. Bases are empty. Richie looks for the sign.
Man, you better get your head down in front.
Richie, the windup. And that ball just went through the old man's window, and he is hot now. 1 out, runner at first base. Richie, and here's the windup. Stares, takes a cold strike. 0-1 to the count. Now, sometimes a hitter overthinks at the plate, Jimmy. He was looking for a certain pitch, then he got one right down the middle and throws up. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Johnny Whifferini there.
There's a shot, second base. Out at second, and he's out at first base. And they turn the double play.
Man, I'd like to see more triple play. They should work on that more. That wasn't a bad double play.
After 2 innings, we are scoreless. And don't forget, it's Western Week at WBNT. Stay tuned after the game for the network premiere of Big Rough Saddle Riders. It's an action-packed ride.
Speaking of action-packed rides, can you excuse me for a little bit, Timmy?
Where you going, partner?
I'll be right back.
Benson looks in. Sends up a drive, left field, and he'll make the play. 1 out, nobody on base. Richie takes a cold strike.
That pitch looked good to me, but that's neither here nor there. No use in wondering what could have been.
The pitch. And high and deep. This one could go. And it does. Touch them all. It's a home run. And Richie puts his team ahead by 1. Great concentration. He stayed focused and was able to stay with that pitch very nicely.
There's no way that ball is a homer in any other park.
Jimmy, that one looked like it was launched from Cape Canaveral.
I went to see it launch once.
Oh, that must be exciting.
Yeah, Tim. And I burned my retina so bad. Man, oh man. I had to wear them welding glasses for like 2 weeks.
Sanchez, 0 for 1 to this point. Nothing much last at bat. He struck out swinging.
Hey, yo! Over here!
And the sinker is really a tough ball to hit, Jimmy.
He had to go upstairs to swing at that one.
Benson with the windup. Sanchez takes a cold strike.
Oh man, you know, if there was something wrong at that one, I'm a monkey. Come on, why didn't he swing?
And he got caught looking.
This kid is tough. He didn't care if he strikes out 200 times a year. He's gonna keep on striking out.
Gets under it, right field. And he puts it away.
Routine catch there. Although in baseball, there's really no such thing as a routine, because any ball can be dropped.
After 2.5 innings, Milwaukee leads by 1. Tonight on Practical Reality and Mishaps, TV funnyman Ed Walston mistakenly jokes with his waiter. Watch what happens when our professional stuntman and 3-time kickbox champion is not amused. And here's the batter to lead things off. Makowiak looking for a pitch he can drive. Line smash, second base. Out at first. One out. Bases are empty. Good eye there on the pitch outside.
I don't think that's where the pitcher wanted that one. See if he comes back inside here.
Hey, Peanut. Richie, now the windup. And he doesn't take the bait on the pitch away.
A little patience goes a long ways. Let's see if he gets a pitch to hit here.
The pitch. He'll grab some bench with that strikeout.
I gotta tell you, I'm in love with this pitcher. Great stuff today.
2 outs, nobody on base. Benson gets ready. And this guy has quite a formidable arm, doesn't he, Jimmy?
Is that his real arm? It looks kind of fake. Remember that $6 million man? He had fake arms, one fake leg.
And he doesn't take the bait on that one.
You gotta be able to draw the walk once in a while and keep the pitcher honest.
Hits sharply, but foul. Releases. Goes down swinging.
You think they get to a point where striking out means nothing because they do it so often?
With 3 innings in the books, the Brewers lead by 1. Tonight on Newsbreakers, what you don't know about your toothbrush can't hurt you. Or can it? What we found may shock you. Or will it? And here comes the batter to the plate to lead off the inning. Jenkins stares down the pitcher. Right back to the pitcher. And Benson pulls it down. 1 out. Bases are empty. Pitch on the way. Hit in the air, but foul. Hit hard, first base. He makes the grab. Hammonds, nothing doing today. Flied out his last at bat. Swing and a miss, strike one. And he could have taken down a redwood with that chop. Man, was that a cut.
We got it.
Hammonds takes a called strike. 0-2's the count.
Oh, come on, swing. And I just dunked coffee on my lap.
And he can't pull the trigger for called strike 3.
This guy's gonna go back to the bench and tell his teammates, hey, good luck. Nobody wants to face this guy now.
As we go to the middle of the fourth, Milwaukee leads by 1. Tonight at 10 on Newsbreakers, giant Mexican squirrels. How big are they? Are they crossing the border? And how safe are your children? And here comes the batter to lead things off this inning. Richie, now set. Sends a blast left field. And he'll make the play.
They'd really like to get ahead here.
1 out. Bases are empty. And that was just a ridiculous, old-fashioned, filthy, down and dirty, fall off the table, nasty curveball.
Okay, Tim.
And that ball is crushed. A home run, holy smokes. And Reese ties the game with 1 swing of the bat. That was really launched.
Aw, chicks dig a moonburger. Yep, did you see that? Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
A real nice piece of hitting right there, Jimmy. He stayed with that pitch all the way, and then he just crushed it.
He's got to be feeling good about that, Tim, because he really has struggled in these last few games.
One out. Bases are empty. Hit hard into left field. Giles rounds first. And Giles winds up at second with a double. 1 out, and they've got a man on second. Sends a blast to center field. And Sanchez makes the catch. There are 2 outs. Runner on second. Ramirez steps into the batter's box. And he holds up on the pitch in close.
Their hitting coach gives these guys $1 for every ball they take. That's good incentive to draw the walk.
Richie winds up. Fly ball, foul territory. He's running. Fires to third. Got him. We played 4. We are tied. Tonight on Newsbreakers, why Johnny can't read. Maybe it's because Johnny's teacher doesn't know Jack. Are your kids' teachers qualified to teach? What we found out will disturb you. Learn the shocking truth about why Johnny can't learn. And here comes the first batter to lead off the inning. And that was just a nasty curveball.
That wasn't a curveball, Tim. It was more like a swerve ball or something. The kid's good.
Fly ball, right center.
Oh, man.
And Helms has himself a base hit. No outs, runner at first base. Oh, it hit him. Ow. And he'll have quite a bruise from that laser. I think he's going to remember that pitcher's name for quite a while. No outs, men on first and second. He didn't miss that one by much, but he's in the hole 0-1.
I don't know what you would call that, but the hitting coach is gonna find the right words to describe it.
And he ropes one over the shortstop. Plays it off the bounce. The throw to first. He's in there safely. No outs, bases are jammed. The pitch. Hit in the air to left.
That's a good catch, Timmy. I love this kid. He has got guts.
Sanchez, 0 for 2 on the day. Nothing much last at bat. He struck out swinging. Digs in. Benson, the windup. He takes off. Got under that one to left field. And he pulls it down.
How about this infield? Man, you gotta love that defense.
And that's 2. With the bottom of the inning coming up, we're all tied up. Tonight at 10 on Newsbreakers, we uncover sexy secrets of the stars. You'll be shocked to see what we found.
You know, I can't wait to see that.
And here comes the batter to the plate to lead off the inning.
Ramirez. Hey, yo! Over here!
Fly ball left field. And Jenkins puts it away. 1 out. Bases are empty. Richie sets up. Line shot to third. And Helms pulls it in. There are 2 outs. The base is empty. Fires. Big swing and a miss. His timing seems to be off, Jimmy.
A day late, dollar short, which reminds me, you gotta pay me back, because I bought pork rinds for you yesterday, Tim.
Lined over the second baseman. Hammonds picks it up off the bounce. And he is safe at first. And McCoyak has himself a single. Wilson, 0 for 1 thus far. Nothing much last at bat. He struck out swinging. Steps in. Richie winds up. And he couldn't lay off of that one. Ah, nice pitch. He just blew that one by him. A wicked fastball and no chance to catch up to that one.
How do you catch up to that? You don't, that's how.
Strike 3 called.
He just pulled the string on that one.
After the bottom half of the inning, we are tied. And tonight, following the game, on Crime Scene Witness Stories, an eyewitness tells the story of witnessing a witness disappearance in a witness relocation program gone bad. It's sure to excite you. Young, 0 for 2 in this game. Flied out his last at bat.
Haircuts here. Get your haircuts, sir.
There's a shot to the shortstop. And Wilson makes the grab. 1 out. Bases are empty. Jenkins looking for a good pitch.
Hey, soda here. It's a soda here.
Jenkins takes a strike, 0-1.
You know, you can't teach a kid patience, but I tell you, this kid's got patience. Maybe too much patience.
And now the pitch gets under it to left field. And Giles makes the catch. Two outs, nobody on base. Sexton stands in. Hit sharply first base. And Simon catches it for the final out. And that'll retire the side. After that half inning of play, we are tied. And coming up after the game, a very special episode of My Old Man's a Dork. Corey's stinging one-liners and wisecracks go a step too far. This gripping episode will disturb you. Discretion is advised. And here comes the first batter to lead off the inning. That guy takes a cold strike. 0-1's the count. It looked like he wanted to swing, but he just couldn't pull the trigger, Jimmy.
A pony ride.
The ball is lined over the second baseman's head. He makes the grab. One out. Bases are empty.
Now you better get your head down in front.
Hard ground ball right side. Sexton will field it on the bounce.
Coffee here.
There are two outs. The base is empty. Reese digs in. Delivers. Drives one to left field. And Jenkins pulls it down. And that'll do it for the bottom half of the inning. And so at the end of the inning, we're all tied up.
Have you ever thought about the guys who do the chalk lines, Tim? I mean, they gotta walk really, really straight to get them lines straight.
Yeah, interesting fact, about 90% of them come out of the military. They are taught to march in formation. That guy now set to deliver.
Show my hurt there.
The pitch. Chopped hard right back to the pitcher. That guy fields it off the bounce. And he could have made that one, Jimmy.
I don't know, Tim. He was running pretty hard. He looked like a truck with no brakes.
One out, nobody on base.
Hey, big burritos. Hey, big burrito man here.
He just powered that ball in there.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was a fastball. How fast does a ball have to be a fast ball, though?
That guy, the windup. He had a vicious cut there.
Ah, vicious whiff. He's just hacking at it.
Drives one to center field. And McCoyak reels it in. Two outs, nobody on base.
Royce, Clayton.
Clayton takes a cold strike. The count is 0-1. And this guy put on a clinic today in batting practice. He looked like Babe Ruth right there. And Babe Ruth at the Wax Museum, that is, frozen stiff. Clayton takes a cold strike. He's in the hole 0-2.
Oh, what do you know? For once he didn't swing. And he shut up.
And he is called out on strikes.
This pitcher is just mowing him down.
After that half inning of play, we're all tied up.
Tim, we got another email here at the booth. A fan writes, could you ask the organist to play Freebird sometime during the game? Thank you. You guys rock. Tim Sabian.
Giles, 1 for 2 thus far. Doubled last time up. The pitch. Hit in the air to left. Jenkins fields this one on the bounce. And Giles is on first with a single. No outs, man on first. Simon gets ready. Hit hard left side.
Oh, man, that was something.
One out, man on first.
Number 60.
Ramirez steps in. Richie, now the windup. And the runner goes. The play at second. He is out of there. Ramirez takes a strike. The count is 0-2.
He lays off on that one. And I would have called that a ball.
Strike 3.
You know, his timing wasn't really that bad right there. Really just tough luck.
And so at the end of the inning, we are tied.
Boy, I love watching a game of baseball underneath the stars. Unless you're in a dome and you can't see the stars.
Fabregas, 1 for 2 to this point. Singled last time up. Drives that one to center field. And McCoyak pulls it in. One out. Bases are empty.
72. Robert Machado.
And he shows a good eye holding up on that pitch. Not an easy pitch to lay off. He's really developing some patience now. Line foul. Hit hard. Oh, how did he catch that one? Two outs, nobody on base.
22. Alex
Sanchez stares down the pitcher. And that bounces foul. That guy. And here's the windup. Line smash, third base. Sanchez rounding first. And Sanchez is on second with a double. 2 outs now. Man on second.
Eric Young.
Oh, line drive right back to the pitcher. And that'll do it for this half inning. With the bottom of the inning coming up, we're all tied up.
Have you ever wondered, Tim, who thought of dragging that piece of wire fence around to groom the infield? I mean, that guy changed the history of baseball.
That was actually an accident, Jimmy. Some guy first day in a job drove the tractor through the outfield fence and fell off. Tractor kept going around in circles. Donnie Wolchinski now in the Groundkeepers Hall of Fame.
Exact change only, man. Exact change only, man. Here, who needs change? Who needs change?
And he rips one to deep left field. This is going to be extra bases. Stares, rounds first, guns it to second, and the ball pops loose. No outs, man on second. The pick off to second, and he's back safely. Hit hard, third base, and he pulls it down.
And with flawless execution, they turn the double play.
And that's a double play. There are 2 outs, base is empty.
Jack Wilson.
Coffee here. Coffee here. Piping hot coffee.
And he He got him with the sinker.
Missed that one, Timmy. Boy, he looks drowsy. You know, whenever I feel drowsy, I take our sponsor, AccuWake, bringing you the game today in part. He ought to take AccuWake.
Line shot over the first baseman's head, and it careens off the wall. And Wilson reaches base safely. That guy, nothing doing today. Flied out his last at bat. And so there are 2 outs and a runner at first base.
Hair nuts. Hey, hair nuts here. Get your hair nuts.
Got under that one, into foul territory. That guy takes a cold strike, 0-2.
Oh, what's the matter with that one? Might have been a little questionable, but hey, baby, you got a big bat. Reach out, hit it.
Sends up a drive, left field. Oh, with a beautiful catch. And that ends the inning. After the bottom half of the inning, we are tied.
Tomorrow is punk rock night here at the ballpark. Dress up as your favorite punk rocker and get in free. Tim, what was your favorite punk band in the 80s?
Jenkins, 0 for 3 to this point. Flied out his last at bat.
Hey, girl! Look at me, I'm stupid! Look at me!
Hit sharply into right center. This one could be trouble. Jenkins rounding first. The play at second. He is safe. Sexton, 0 for 2 so far. Flied out his last at bat. No outs, man on second. And that was just a mean pitch.
Well, this pitcher's very mean, Tim. He started yelling at me in the parking lot yesterday for no good reason. My car hardly touched him.
Oh, that was a nice pitch.
He just parked that one in a no parking zone.
That guy with the windup. And he looks at strike 3.
Well, no use complaining to the ump. He did it to himself.
1 out, and they've got a man on second.
Jeffrey Hammond.
Popcorn here. Get your fresh popcorn here.
Hammonds takes a strike, 0-1.
You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him hit a baseball.
Sends a blast right field. And he'll make the play. Fires to second. There are 2 outs. Runner on second. Fogg, the windup. I think he just broke the radar gun on that one.
He just threw that like a little cannonball there. You can't hit a cannonball.
Line smash into left field. Giles plays it off the bounce. The throw to first, and Helms is on with a single. And so there are 2 outs, men on first and third. Clayton steps into the batter's box. Hit hard, second base. And Reese puts it away to retire the side. And that ends the top half of the inning. With the bottom of the inning coming up, we're all tied up.
You know, Tim, I heard Sammy Sosa uses a 32-pound bag.
You know, Jimmy, I think you mean 32 ounces.
No, Tim, I mean his wristbands weigh 14 pounds each.
Jason Kendall.
Leskanic winds up. And a slider fooled him.
The way he swung at that, I'll tell you, it looked like my grandson's video game.
Releases, sends a blast, left field. Guns it to first. Safe. No outs, man on first.
Hey, head dog man.
And the runner goes. The play at second, and he beats the throw. Pitch on the way. Sanchez, and he can make the catch. And that one drops into center field for a base hit. That's going to do it. The Pirates add another victory to the win column. And that's it for us up here in the booth. Tim Kitzrow for Jimmy Short saying arrivederci, bonus nachos, and sayonara.
Tim, what's with all the... You should work at the UN or something, for crying out loud.
Yeah, we've got another caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Have either of you actually ever played pro ball, or do you just actually pretend to know what you're talking about?
You don't have to play to know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah?
You don't have to be in
Yeah.
a sword fight to understand what knights are all about.
I don't know what that meant. You don't have to be.
What did he mean by that?
I don't know.
No.
I know what I'm talking
You don't
about.
have-
I don't
It
have
doesn't
to.
sound like it.
You
It
don't
doesn't
have-
sound like either of you know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't